You know, there's one point in my life I'll never forget. I'll never forget this moment, y'all. So here I was years ago working at Dairy Queen, my first actual job. And here I am, and part of the Dairy Queen routine is we would go outside and we would have a routine out there, scrub the floors, take out the trash, and all that. And I remember one day as I was doing my duty, this one lady pulls up next to the trash can and dumps her drink right on the floor, right in front of me. And she looks me in the eyes and she goes, I'm so sorry. And she drives off. And, I couldn't help but think to myself that somewhere down the line, we must have been taught that feeling bad will fix everything. I mean, just looking throughout my life, there's countless examples that I can tell y'all. One of them is one of the things in my life, one of the coolest things in my life, one of the greatest things that has ever happened to me is I've got a system proven by millionaires. I've got a system that has helped more than 1,000 people, ladies and gentlemen, more than millions of people with the system I have changed my life. Yet here I am. I can't follow the system. Like some of you may want to lose weight, whatever it may be. You may not have the system like I do, yet here's my problem. Here may be your problem, is that we know what we should be doing, but we cannot stick with it. It's like, what is going on here? And you look yourself in the mirror, rather it's losing weight, or maybe it's like me and you have a proven system and all you got to say to yourself is, I'm sorry. Another example is, check this out, y'all, is, I don't know about you, but I've got family members that said and did things. I've got people who said and did things. I got my significant other who has said and did things. I've said and done things. And one of the greatest examples I have in my life that's following this example is my biological father. My biological father, let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to get too personal with y'all, but he wasn't there. And I remember the day he came to me and said, I'm sorry. And I cannot after he said, I'm sorry, I cannot shape the will in me to say, okay. Because let me tell y'all something. I don't care who you are. You got family, people, significant other. You got people in your life, random people you don't even know that are going to do things to you. And let me ask you a question. Whose fault is it that you have hostility emanating from you? Whose fault is it that your attitude, you have a bad attitude? How many of you would say it's someone else's fault that I've got bitterness leaking out from me? Whose fault is it? Now, going back to my biological father, even though he wasn't there, even though my biological father wasn't there, when he said sorry and I had this attitude and this anger and this negativity, let me tell y'all something. When you have negativity inside of you, hostility inside of you, when you don't like something, it illuminates from you. It comes out. And at the end of the day, we want to say, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, we want to look in the mirror and we want to say, I'm sorry. Well, let me tell y'all, my biological father, when he said that to me, when he said those words, let me tell you, there was some negativity there. And I know from the bottom of my heart that someone in my family, my friends, or someone who I knew from a while ago, I know there's a family member that did something. I know there's someone who said something. I know someone did something. And deep down you go, I know he's sorry, but there's some negativity inside of you. And I want you guys to know that sorry is not enough. And let me say, my final example is, I know me personally, I got a short temper. I got anger, okay? And one of the things I've come to realize is anger is a habit. Anger is a habit. And then let me tell you, it burns me to my core when I get angry and I do my reaction when I'm angry. I hate it so much. And I look myself in the mirror and I say, I'm sorry. And it burns me up to my core. It burns me up to my core. It screams inside of me that I know that me reacting angry is not a good thing. I don't know if y'all guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you know the feeling of knowing I shouldn't have been that way. I shouldn't have did this. You're screaming to yourself, enough! You're screaming at the top of your lungs because you can't take it anymore. And at the end of the day, you got, I'm sorry. Because somewhere down the line, we were taught that feeling bad is the most important thing. That somehow, some way, feeling bad, it just makes everything better. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I typically don't listen to a song I'm gonna use it very briefly, but I want you guys to understand something. Don't get it twisted. I know some of the songs I talk about X amount. What I talk about in these songs is my perception, what I heard, what it sounded to me. I don't know where it cut off, but I want you guys to know the songs that I talk about is what my perception, what it sounded like to me. Okay? So as I was listening to a song today, I was having one of my moments, and it came randomly on my phone, was Somewhere I Belong, and some of the lyrics, y'all, really got to me. Like, one of the lyrics is, got lost in the nothingness inside. Then there's another lyric that says, stuck, nothing to lose. There's another lyric that says, let go of the pain I felt so long. And, you know, there's one lyric within the song that really caught my attention. It says, the fault is my own. And it is sung multiple times in the song. The fault is my own. And another lyric, I want to find something that I wanted all along. And then it goes on and it says, I will never know myself until I do it on my own. I will never be anything until I break away from me. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to think about all that. So I'm just going to go up to my conclusion. Feeling bad, we somehow, some way, we were taught that is the most important thing. I'm here today to tell you my perception is this. I disagree. I think it's our responsibility to make whatever made us feel bad better. That is the most important thing. So, I don't know if I verbalized everything in those examples to the greatest degree. I don't know if I did everything. I don't know if I did a good job or not. But I want you guys to know I did everything I could to translate that being and feeling sorry isn't enough. I don't care who hurt you, who said what, who did what. I don't care what happened to you. If we're going to be better, we got to stop feeling bad about it. We can't get negative or whatever. We got to make things better if that's what we want. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's go out there and be better.